Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today our topic is the timeline of 9/11 attacks in World Trade Center. So let's start our topic by year. In 1939, the New York World Trade Center fair exhibited tilted the World Trade Center, and in 1946, Winthrop V. Eldridge, the organizer of the World Trade Center, exhibit at the World Fair first possess a permanent World Trade Center in New York City, but the state of the New York opts to modernize the city existing ports instead. In 1950, Sayyid Qutb returned to Egypt from a 2 year visit from the United States, sponsored by the Ministry of Education, and joined the Muslim Brotherhood due to the disgust toward the Western culture. In 1956 to 1965, the Qutb writes the book Fi al-Zalil al-Quran while in prison for an association attempts against the Jamal Din Nasir. The book claims that Israel and the Arab states of the sorry, Persian Gulf and the Americans satellites and call for the Islamic revolution against the secularism, including the Arab nationalism, socialism, and the liberal democracy to establish a Middle Eastern theocracy rooted in the Sharia law. The book also concludes that any Muslim who supported the secularism or takfir, and the book becomes the highly inflated towards the Islamic terrorist. In March 10, 1957, Osama bin Laden is born in Riyadh to a billionaire businessman, Mohammed bin Laden. In 1959, David Rockefeller revived the idea of the World Trade Center to revitalize the Lower Manhattan and creates the Downtown Lower Manhattan Association to lobby for $250 million complex close to the Fulton Fish Market, centered around a single 70-story office building. The Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, under the dictionary of Austin J. Tobin, soon approved the plan, specific that it must be the taller than the Empire State Building, and at that time the tallest building in the both United States and the world. In 1964, Minkron Yamoksi designed for the original World Trade Center, including the Twin Towers, is unveiled by the Port Authority. In 1966, the construction began to the original World Trade Center. In 1966, Sayyid Qutb is executed in Egypt, and his brother Muhammad Qutb flees to Saudi Arabia, acquiring to teaching position at the King Shah Abdulaziz University in Jeddah. In 1970, the North Tower of the original World Trade Center is completed. In 1973, the South Tower of the original World Trade Center is completed. In 1976 and 1918, Bin Laden is recognized by the Qutb while attending the King Abdulaziz University for a business administration. In 1979, the United States first becomes the concentrated over Islamium after the Iranian Revolution, the Iran hostage crisis, and the Grand Mosque suicide. In 1980, Bin Laden travels to Pakistan to volunteer and assess the Sunni Mujahideen fighting the Holy War across the border in Afghanistan, a year after the Soviet Union invaded the country. In 1981, Bin Laden, future deputy Ayan al-Zawahiri, leads the of Jamaat al-Jihad, is arrested for his role in the assassination of the Anwar Sadat and the imprisoned by 3 years. In 1983, the barrier breaks, Pumpkins targeting the multinational forces in Lebanon during the Lebanese civil war provide the inspiration for Bin Laden. In October 1984, Bin Laden formed the network Maktab al-Khayamadad with the Abdullah Yusuf Azam in Afghanistan and Pakistan to recruit Muslims for Afghan resistance. In 1986, Bin Laden traveled to Afghanistan to lead the MAK forces in combat. In 87, Al Qaeda established its first training camp in Afghanistan. In May 1987, Bin Laden withstand US Soviet attacks during the Battle of Jaji, establishing his reputation in the Arab world. In December 1987, the first infantry began to the Palestine. Bin Laden expressed the vocal support for a conflict and began to advocate in the favor of a jihad against the West. In 1988, Osama bin Laden formed a computer database of Islamic militants funding Al Qaeda. He declared that a Muslim must protect the holy sites of Mecca and Medina from origin control as a religious duty. In February 1989, the Soviet army completed its withdrawal from of Afghanistan, and Bin Laden advocates the transforming Al Qaeda into a global network to fund the jihad. Azam professed to a focus on the Afghan civil war and the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. In May 1889, Al Qaeda forces are badly defeated by the Afghan National Army in the Battle of Jalalabad, leading to a drop of their membership and the revolution of our tactics